Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. Some of you might recall a couple of years ago, we had a very heavy bout of rain here in Maine, and in particular our particular neck of the woods. And I had a yard here in Winterport that flooded. And whilst the base of the hives got partially submerged, all of the hives survived the flooding. But that winter, every single colony died. And it's the only yard I've had that did that. So this year I've been taking preemptive action. Last year I hardly put any hives in this yard at all for fear of it happening again. This year I put a lot more pallets underneath my hives, so they're raised a foot further off the ground, and so they're all on 3 pallets. But after I set up these hives with the 3 pallets and all the work involved in that, they raised the road, which effectively acted as the dam, and the road went up about, I'd guess, 6 inches. So in effect, with Hurricane Lee on its way and possibly hitting this area with 5 or 6 inches of rain instead of the 4 which caused the flood here before, I'm taking some extra precautions. So I want to make sure that the bottoms of these hives are at least higher than what will be in effect the watershed going across into the lower ground over there. Now, a couple of benefits, a couple of improvements that they made. First of all, when they did the road, they also improved the drainage here. They also put in a second culvert down that end, which was collapsed last time. So there is an additional way for water to get across. But right now, most of the water goes through there. There's like a bit of a stream that goes through here. So this is my yard. With that as a potential risk, I made sure that I made lightweight hives here, just in case I did have to move things. So the problem is it's lots of pieces that need moving. So what I've got here are a lot of double nuke hives, which have just pretty much come to the end of the honey flow. We were having a very good honey flow last week when we were having some high 80-degree weather. And so even these little nukes, which were only set up a short while ago, had honey in some of the supers here. So that was quite nice. But what I'm going to need to do now is build them all up a bit more. So I've got to disassemble them, put another pallet on, and reassemble them. And I'm doing it at the same time I've got doing my second mite treatment of the year on these hives as well. So mite treatments are going into them this time as well. So a lot of work to be done today. And of course, it's a really crappy day. It's better than it has been. We've been having rain for the last few days. And I think that, in effect, going to bring the honey flow to an end, because all our field bees are staying in and just hanging out in the hive itself. And that's going to make for some really ticked off hives, I suspect. So I've got the smoker going well. I'm going to smoke them right up, and then take them off the stand, put new pallets on, put them back on the stand, get their mite treatments in, and run away. Okay, so that's the plan. We'll set it up, see how it goes, and wish me luck. So at least with the lack of flying, there's a lot less confusion. But these are the brood chambers, those nukes. Full to the gills except for this last one I did. That one, it's got 2 frames of foundation that never got built. So that may have some other work done with it later in the season. But these ones are actually, they've got a fair amount of honey in them already. And each of those honey supers, except for this one, it's got some weight to it. I'd say 15 to 20 pounds of, maybe 25 pounds of honey in them. So now they're going to be higher, not quite as high. This pallet's only going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 pallets high. I've got others which are 4 already, 3 already, 4 already. So some are going to be higher than others. That one's 4. But we're going to see. Actually, let's see. Those are definitely higher than those. So I think I'm going to put 2 pallets on this one. And that will allow me to put, and I'll leave those as they are, because those are already fairly high. So rather than moving everything twice, I'm going to put another pallet on here. I brought 4 with me, and all 3 of these will now be of the same height, which makes sense. When you're doing beekeeping, you kind of have to think on your feet. But this time, I just want to be ready for that bloody flooding. There we have it, much higher. Hope working on the assumption this one is as high as I hope. And I've come back with a few extra rocks to cover these hives. I don't want the lids blowing down the field. As our neighbour just said, seems that Bangor is in the bullseye. So several days yet to go, so we may be nowhere near it. It may just be a wet weekend. But better to prepare and be safe, not sorry. That includes for the beekeepers as well as your bees. Take care, wrap up, hunker down, and don't go out in the strong wind under a tree. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.